You got too many cooks living in the kitchen. You don't know what you've been missing.
Welcome to At the Kitchen Table with Soraida and friends. I am super excited about the ladies that I have on today. I would love for both of you to just take a few minutes and introduce yourselves to anyone that's listening or watching.
Sure. Hi, Soraida. I'm Kim Grewe-Powell. I'm the CEO of the Oregon State Fair and Exposition Center. I have a husband and 2 kids and a big St. Bernard.
Oh, nice. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I did, and they're gorgeous, absolutely. I'm Treva Gambs, owner of Gamberetti's Italian restaurant that we just moved to the Holman Hotel, the Markham Inn out in Mount Angel, and G3 in Almsville. I have a husband, I have 3 kids, and I like to wake surf.
I was actually thinking about this morning. I thought, I love that. I was thinking, what is her hidden talent? Yeah, you have some pretty impressive videos on social media.
Yes, she does.
It keeps me young, and that's the good part of everything else that we do. Have fun, play hard, but work hard.
Mm-hmm.
That's great. So good conversations happen at the kitchen table is really came to me because I want people to learn about the leaders in our community, kind of break down some misconceptions that maybe people think, and then also to have healthy conflict and crucial conversations. It's okay if we don't agree about something. And I think that somewhere along the COVID lines, we forgot how to have conversations, and you'll have keyboard trolls or people that are angry. And I want people to do their research and know that there's great people in our community, and let's not make assumptions.
I love that.
Yep, that's awesome.
So what is an assumption in your industry, in restaurants, that you wish people would know?
I think the biggest one is that we make a ton of money. And what most people don't understand is our profit margin is so small. The average is about 4%. So we make maybe, if we're lucky, 5 cents on the dollar. So it's not this huge profitable. It takes a lot to run a business with a restaurant in it. It's a lot of overhead, a lot of payroll, a lot of things that have to happen. And I think this month with the 3 restaurants was the first month that all 3 of them went into the black at the same time.
Well, congratulations.
That's awesome.
Thank you.
And I was thinking that today, just as my time at Bentley's downtown. Yes, I think that's a huge misconception, is that, and it really is, for every dollar, that's that 3 to 5 cents.
Yes, that's not a lot. So when you take it, it's $10. I make 70
cents.
Yeah.
You're like,
So-
winning.
Everybody's like, really? Then why do you do it?
Mhm.
And it's passion.
Yep.
I love what I do.
And it shows.
It
with
does
your
show.
food.
I went opening night and Treva was there. And I thought, you know what? That's what it takes.
It's been 15 years. So that's the exciting part of, being in a business, starting very, very small here in Salem, and then to see where I'm at today and how the journey went. It was, there's a lot of struggles. There's small business ones. You have days it's like, I'm not going to make it. I'm not going to be able to open tomorrow. But yet you just go to work and you're there and you're going, I'm going to do it. I'm going to make this happen. I don't know how, but, and it does happen. And we get through that next hurdle and it's like, oh, okay, I can breathe for a little bit. And then, there's more, but it's just that push that we keep going. And it's like, okay, it does happen.
Yes, and it is challenging with food prices, but you definitely have that what's going well attitude, and I've always loved that about you. So thank you. Misconception about the fair or the fairgrounds?
Oh, the number one is that we're funded by the state of Oregon. Since 2014, we are no longer funded by the state of Oregon. So they are technically our landlord. We rent the grounds, the buildings, the facility for $1 a year. Sometimes we do get money, about $1 million per biennium from the state, but that is not a guarantee. So we treat it as though it's our own business, and we run it as though it's our own business, watching every penny. So that is probably the biggest misconception.
Wow. did not know. And
Many
that's
people don't.
impressive. I mean, because that's some big numbers that you're
Yes.
working with and who
Yeah.
you're paying and what your overhead. That's
Right. And
It's
to
a
not
lot.
get any money.
Not guaranteed.
And how long has the fair been around?
This year will be our 160th fair.
Ooh,
Wow.
how exciting.
That is so exciting.
Yeah, we're super excited.
And how many people come through?
The fair, there's about 400,000 per year. Year round, we host about 250 events. So, we're guesstimating, but it's probably around 2 million people that come through our grounds.
And that is amazing to have 2 million people come through there and no funding from the state.
Yeah, I'm really proud of what our team does.
Well,
As well you should be.
I know. That's impressive.
And we have a very small team, 10 people. So,
You are
It's a
lean
lot.
and mean.
yes, we are. We have to be.
That's great. Can you tell us something or tell listeners something about the ribbon cutting?
Yeah. So we just, past Governor Brown, did give us a bond for $10 million because our grounds and our buildings are in very poor shape. But there were 2 buildings that were near and dear to her heart, as well as ours, the historic horse arena and the historic poultry building. And so by the time we got around to actually starting those projects after COVID, we only had enough money to do the exterior of those 2 buildings. And they're huge buildings, especially at the historic horse arena. And so we're hoping to get funding to finish the inside of those buildings. But the exterior buildings look very nice.
They look great. Dalkey Construction did that.
They did
and
an amazing job.
They did an amazing
Yeah.
job.
I can't say enough good about them, actually. They were excellent to work with.
So everyone go to the Fairgrounds, Marion County Fair,
Yeah.
Oregon State Fair. Check them out.
Check them
great
out.
work.
It's beautiful.
That's a great accomplishment.
And that will now allow us to rent out the poultry building. The poultry building, it's pretty much a barn. That's kind of a fun idea to get married there or have a family reunion or such.
I love Christmas now with
Yes.
the lights.
Yeah.
Oh, that's just so pretty.
Yeah.
And it's like,
Thank you.
just different ways that
We're trying to be creative. We have 4 signature events now. So one being this year, Scare at the Fair, which we're partnering with a haunted house.
that
And
is
so
fun.
That
Yeah.
sounds really exciting.
We'll be doing that in October. And then we have the Festival of Lights. This will be our 3rd year. And then the 4th of July, which is right around the corner. We'll have Little John this year.
Which
so
just
that
cracks
would be
me
fun.
up. And the Yin Yang twins.
And the Yin Yang twins. So we try to be diverse with the acts that we have. So that will be a fun event, and we'll have fireworks, food, and a lot of fun. So we're very excited. And then our biggest signature event, of course, is the Oregon State Fair.
And how many people come through for the Marion County Fair? And what are the dates of that?
I'm not, I'll have to get back to you on that.
Okay.
We don't run that.
Oh.
And so that is, they rent our facility. It's July, right after 4th of July. I think it's that weekend right after 4th
I think
of July.
that would be a misconception too, because I automatically thought that you ran
You
that.
did it.
Yeah, we don't. But that's a great fair. And
It
we
is.
really try and help our county fairs. So, yes.
Exciting stuff. I am so excited. I attended Gamberetti's birthday celebration last night at the Holman. So tell us, Treva, a little bit, how did that happen?
Sometimes everything lines up, and this all lined up. I am part of ORLA, the Oregon Restaurant and Lodging Association, and I was at an event with George Schweitzer, which is the director of independent hotels. And we were just catching up. How are you doing? How's things going? And it's like, oh, everything is great. Da-da-da-da-da. And then it was like, well, I think, I may be looking for a new location because our lease was going to be up. And he's like, really? We need to talk. We need to talk right now. And so we got into some big conversations, and they gave me a lot of information, and I went home, looked at all the numbers, did everything, and said, okay, a move is a big deal. Is this something I really want to do? And we went through a lot of stuff, but I couldn't say no. It's a beautiful building. The opportunity to grow with the hotel, it was like, okay, as I was saying, ducks in a row. I have a culinary team that is really strong right now. And so it's like, okay, I have opportunity to put these people in places that can help them grow. So it just kept opening and opening. And then when I talked to Michael Knapp, which is my lawyer, about the opportunity and what's to go on, he was like, well, what are you going to do with the building? And I said, I don't know yet. And he goes, well, I know somebody. So somebody will be going into Pringle Park. I can't tell you right now.
That's exciting.
Salem is going to keep growing. Wonderful things are going to keep happening. And the Holman just is such a great fit for us. As you saw last night, Salem has really embraced us. It's only been a week and a half, but I feel the love.
I love when relationships, that conversation you had with George, and it feels like you're supposed to be right there at that right moment. And I always say it's a God thing. This right now is a God thing.
It was. And it's not just one thing. It was 10 things. And it's like, you can't go off a beaten path. I mean,
you're just being
laid
pushed
out
and pushed and pushed.
And it's like, okay, I hear you. I know what you're telling me.
I got it.
Thank God. I'm doing, yes, I will do this.
Yes, sir. Absolutely. Especially when things just fall into place. You know that for such a time as this, I love my Book of Esther.
Yes. And it just, you go with it. And it's like, all right, now I get to open doors for other people and other things. And I think Salem's going to be really excited with what we do there. And what they didn't realize, last night when you were there, we did a lot of tours, what the facility is like there and the opportunities for the caterings and their rooms. They are gorgeous.
They really are.
Vanessa Sturgeon, the developer, was there last night, and she just was thrilled to see how many people in Salem just showing love. And she's like, oh my gosh, this is what it's supposed to feel like. And she's just great to give women like ourselves opportunities and wanting us to grow. And she's like, okay, Salem is amazing. So
it really is. The community is just, like you said, how we wrap people with love. Even at your ribbon cutting, you see people showing up and they're there for you. And
very supportive
and just lifting each other up. It's a blessing. Can you say for anybody that's watching hours and days that you're open at Gamberetti's and at the Holman to come visit you?
Every day, 365 days a year.
And you're opening for breakfast, right?
Yeah, 6 a.m. Till 10. And then we're open from lunch to dinner, 11 to 10 every day. We will be working on a brunch for Saturday and Sundays. And so that's to come. We're still kind of getting our feet in our own rhythm where we're at. I think right now we're running a little bit longer wait times for your food. It's, and we'll get sharper and a little better on it. And as we do that, we're going to grow it and go. So yeah, when you have those holidays that everything else is closed, we're going to be there.
That's so
smart.
Fantastic.
Well, that's kind of goes with the hotel. You really have to be open for those guests that are traveling during the holidays. 4th of July is usually something we're not open for, but we will be for the hotel. Yeah. But if there's anybody else that's doing things and it's like, I'm not going to a barbecue. I want to eat before I go see fireworks or something. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So it gives you a lot of opportunity too.
And there is, anyone who hasn't been in the Holman, they have great meeting rooms and you'll be doing the catering for that also.
Yes. And like I said, everything is absolutely stunning in there. So it's like, it's just gorgeous rooms.
My daughter said that you added outside seating too.
We did.
That's exciting.
You did?
Yeah.
I didn't see that. Mind blown at the kitchen table.
Beautiful. We put in teal outdoor furniture and it's high tables and all of a sudden everybody sees the restaurant because it draws your eyes there. It's
genius.
Yeah. well, us girls can
Right?
kind of really
Yeah.
think outside the box sometimes.
You have
Everybody
to.
was
What
worried.
a concept.
Yeah, everybody was like, you're going to lose your patio. You have the most gorgeous. And it's like, yes, we do. But nobody knew that patio was there, and it's been there for 40 years.
Mhm.
That was me. So it's like, don't shut that door on patios. We're going to have really
And
fun stuff going.
people like to sit outside. I like
Yes.
to sit outside, especially when you haven't had the sun for a while.
Yes.
Yeah.
And the Holman, all the doors open.
Oh, I love that.
Isn't that
Yes,
wonderful?
it's
And
so
everybody goes,
amazing.
we didn't know.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, well, again, who's your operator?
Mhm.
And that's going to make a difference. So you're really going to see amazing things come out of there.
Great.
Awesome.
So let's talk about the Oregon State Fair, because I just had an aha moment. So when people are looking online for the concerts,
Mhm.
you stay at the Holman, you eat breakfast at Gamberetti's, and then you go to the fair. And what are some of the concerts that are happening?
Oh, yeah. We do partner with the Holman. So, yes, we have this year, we have 11 nights of concerts. That's a big step for us. We went to 9 about 5 years ago. Now we're at 11. So we're really
That's
excited about that. It is a
really
huge
amazing.
investment for us. Acts are not cheap. It is very expensive. So tickets went on sale last week and they've been doing really well. So we're excited about that. But that being said, on August 22nd, we have the All-American Rejects. People are so excited about that
That's a big
concert.
one.
That one is selling #1 seller. So
Nice.
it's exciting. Saturday night, we have Russell Dickerson and Nico Moon. And actually, Nico Moon is one of my favorites. So I'm
Really?
excited about
I'm not
that.
familiar with
Country.
those. They both are?
Yes.
Oh.
Really cute guys.
Okay.
Okay,
I'm
fun
there.
to win, fun to watch.
Ding, ding, ding.
Yeah, that will be a fun
I'll
concert.
be attending the fair that day.
Good. Sunday, August 24th, we have Sean Paul. I don't really know much about him, kind of techno, I think.
Mhm.
That's doing pretty well, too. Monday, August 25th is Jason Bonham's Led Zeppelin Evening, which I think will be fun. I've
That
heard
would
that's
be.
really
Yeah.
good. He's one of the sons of... I can't remember which one.
Of what?
The
Somebody-
original Led
Oh,
Zeppelin.
wow.
Yeah. So anyway,
That's super.
I've
That
heard
would
it's
be
an
really
amazing
cool.
show.
Yeah.
Then we go everybody's favorite Winona Judd on Tuesday, August 26th.
I'm
That's
excited
big.
about that.
Yeah, that will be fun. Yep. Wednesday, August 27th is Maverick City Music, Christian.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, so I think it's nice.
Great
Something,
variety.
It is.
right?
Yeah.
Something for
Really,
everyone.
Yep. That's right. And we try and be very diverse with what we our acts. So we're excited. Thursday, August 28th, the 1980s are coming back with Cheap Trick.
Oh my gosh.
That will be fun.
We're aging. Oh
Yeah,
my
we
gosh.
are. We all know Cheap Trick.
It's like, oh, they can still get on stage?
Well, hopefully. No, yes. I've heard they're good still. Friday, August 29th is the String Cheese Incident. I didn't know who they were.
Who are they?
They're very, I don't know.
like
Somebody out of the restaurant.
Yeah.
could be a drink. A Bloody Mary. Would you like a string cheese incident in your Bloody Mary?
I think they're a lot of instrumental, very talented, I've heard, and that they have been selling well. So who am I to say what
What's great
goes?
because I haven't heard doesn't mean my son.
Right.
Or,
Yeah.
Something
Exactly.
for everyone.
Yes.
That's how I felt last year when I heard Young Gravy.
Oh, yeah.
I was Young Gravy. I had
Oh
to
my
look
gosh, that was a crazy show. People really liked that, the younger demo. So that was fun. Then Saturday, August 30th, Dylan Scott Country. That will be a good one. Sunday, August 31st, excuse me, Bando Los Sebastianes. I'm not saying that right.
it up. Isn't that a mariachi
Yes,
band?
yes.
I think that is fantastic.
Yeah.
I love, you have hit
Oh,
all the points.
everything.
Yeah.
That's
And then we're
just
going to
great.
end Monday with the Beach Boys.
Oh,
Yeah.
fantastic.
So, people are like, you're having the Beach Boys again, but every year it
Doesn't that
sells
sell out?
Sells out every year. Last
Because
year we
that's something
skipped
I
it.
think we all
Yeah.
relate to
It's
and
the
enjoy.
nostalgia.
It doesn't.
Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't go away. It's like,
No.
yeah, I can
Summer
always
fun.
listen to that.
So we
yeah.
end, I think we end on a really high note. So
Oh,
We're
I
excited.
love it. That is an amazing. Yeah, like I said, you're covering genres. You're covering different
Christian,
Yeah.
country.
Yep.
mariachi.
Something for everyone, like
yeah,
you said.
I mean, that's just
yeah, we're
a
excited.
great lineup.
Yeah, well done.
Thank you. It's
Team of 10.
Yeah,
At
well-
Oregon State Fair Expo.
We do have an entertainment buyer that's very good at his job. He's been with us 25 years, Eric Marcuse. So he's very talented and does a great job for us.
That's great.
So hop online, get the tickets.
Yep.
And if you buy concert tickets, you get
free fair admission.
Mhm. And then if you follow on your email newsletter, you'll get
first to know.
First to know. So the other day I saw that you had maybe $2.50 admission tickets.
We had
Or
$1.60 for our 160th fair.
Isn't that amazing?
Perfect.
So
It's amazing.
when I see that, I always hop on and just buy a ton and can give them to employees or
Yeah.
whatnot.
It's one time a year we have the Sunny sale. So
Is the Sunny sale over?
it's over. It was 24 hours. Sorry.
I love that. That's okay.
Yeah.
I was just, if anybody is listening, just subscribe to their
The
newsletter.
newsletter is well worth it, I
especially if
believe.
you've
It is.
got children and
Yes.
families that, the big, when
Yeah.
you're taking an
So
outing
you'll-
of, 6 to 8 people, it's like, okay.
And it's
need-
good.
It's a big savings.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Then you can just spend it on the food.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's right.
Speaking of food, what are your
Oh my
top
gosh.
one or two when you go to the fair that I am eating that?
Well, I think we have the most food we've ever had this year.
Yeah.
It is.
Ooh,
People
exciting.
have come out of the woodworks that want to be at our fair. So we're very excited about that. I personally like the food truck area.
Mhm.
You can get something unique. It's not quite as fast as the central food area. The food truck area is in the garden.
Mhm.
It's a nice, shady kind of area. You can enjoy a glass of wine. Adam's Rib is there. Not Gamberetti.
Geppetto's.
Gamberetti someday will be there. I know. Geppetto's.
Geppetto's will be there.
Geppetto's. We just have a lot of different variety back there. The main concourse will be nothing but food this year. So we're excited about that. The food court area, we have, new donuts, Texas donuts. I think I tried those
What are
in
those?
Florida. They're huge donuts. They're delicious.
Just what I
You
need,
can,
a
I can
bigger
barely
donut.
eat one.
Texas donut.
Texas. So that's exciting. We have, just so much.
I always
so
go
much
for
food.
the corn.
The corn
Corn?
is
I
delicious.
The
Yeah.
corn and the corn dogs. There's one. I know exactly where the stand is.
Where is it?
It's the best corn
Yeah.
dog.
Yeah,
Because-
we have a lot of good choices, but there are some that are better than others.
Yes.
I won't say who.
But I love a good corn dog.
Mhm.
One thing I haven't tried, maybe I'll get brave enough, is those deep fried Twinkies.
Yeah, I had a bite of one of those one time.
It seems like it'd be mushy.
It was actually not as mushy as I thought it would be, but it was pretty good. I don't think I could eat a whole one, but it was good.
Have you
Kinda
tried
makes-
that?
Share.
No, but I'm sure it just makes it kind of rich and
Yeah.
hot.
Yes.
and-
It's probably
It was
one of those
good.
things
Yeah.
you just want like a little bite of.
Yeah.
And scones.
Share with friends.
People love the
scones.
scones.
Yes. We will
Elephant
have a
ears.
new scone provider this year, so that will be a change. But he is super passionate. He's been at our fair for years. He's very passionate about what he produces. And so he's been doing the research, and we're excited to
Oh,
see his
fun.
scones.
So you two are obvious leaders in the community. What would you tell a younger version of yourself, maybe starting out in a profession, maybe the 21 to 25-year-olds? A lesson that, I wish I learned that earlier.
Be involved, because when you're starting businesses or you're building your career, you put your head down and you're just chugging forward. It is being involved, because when you can kind of put your head up and see the support that is surrounding you and being able to reach out, it's like, oh, that would have been easier.
Mhm.
Yeah. The networking
That's a great
is key.
one.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. I always tell my kids that you have to put the work in. I started from the bottom. Started working when I was 13 at a restaurant. And you just have to put the work in. And I think it's important to kind of learn every aspect of your job before you're the head person.
Mhm.
So, yeah, I would suggest that.
I agree. I mean, I started, as a host, and then you server, and then you do the dish machine, and you learn how to cook,
Yeah.
and just the whole piece. So it's
And
it
I
makes
think
you
that
better.
creates an empathy, because you know what
Yes.
good leaders look like and bad leaders look
Mhm.
like.
Absolutely.
or bosses. I say leaders versus a boss.
There's a difference.
Because you can be both.
Yes, you can. Sometimes you have to be.
Right. I think those are great items. And I think that, I don't know about you two, but the older I get, the more I want to see these women come up, and the younger women. I love mentoring.
It is. And that's the exciting part. Like I said before, when your head's down and you're just plowing forward, it's, oh, wait a minute. Stop. Let me help you. Let me show you some of the things that I learned or did and make it a little easier, because we still got to kind of do our own path. We still have to learn.
Yes.
Sometimes the hard way, or, it's never a failure. It's a learning opportunity, and how we do that. And it makes us a little better and a little stronger. But when we're doing that recovery, or we're thinking, I've got to shut my doors, it's nice to know that, I can reach out to you or you and say, I'm struggling.
Mm-hmm.
What am I missing?
Mm-hmm.
And it could be something that is very simple, very easy. And you just go, well, did you try this? And it's like, no.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah. So
and then I have those, why didn't I think of that? But it's so great to have sounding boards.
For sure.
It
that
is.
you can reach out and talk to.
Your head's full. You've got so much in there. It's like, oh, somebody else can help me with that little bit that's out
and not
there.
being afraid to ask for help.
That's a big one.
That's huge.
Feeling like you're failing.
Yes.
It's like, no, it's okay to ask. It's okay. And I
don't know how to do that. I'm not IT savvy.
Yeah.
I'm control, delete what's going on with this computer.
And it's a different perspective. I've always been a restaurateur, where my husband is an electrician. And when we had restaurants and he's starting to get involved, I'll say something and it's like, oh, I'm struggling with this. And he just has a different perspective. And it's like, oh, well, that's easy enough. I can do that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just an enlightenment, a different perspective, a different way to go about it. It's like, oh, yeah. Because I've always just done it.
Yeah, sometimes I feel like we get kind of narrow-minded because we're so used to doing things a certain way. And so it is refreshing and good to get those outside perspectives.
It does. It helps. And you're like, oh. And again, when it's something's even easier, it's like,
yeah, great.
Wished I would have done that sooner.
I know.
Yes.
I know.
And I think that it's hard sometimes to try something new.
It is. I
attended a conference recently in April, and I did a breakout that was all about AI. And I thought, I've got to start using this. And I've made myself and I actually enjoy it. Have you two used AI?
I'm starting to work with it. And then there's a company that is wanting to do some restaurant AI stuff. And they've asked me if I will shoot videos and do some stuff for them. And I said, if I learn, then yes, because that will help other people do it. So I said, yeah, I would love to. So, and
it won't feel so scary.
Yeah, it is scary.
Right?
At first.
And then after, now I'm like, this is the best thing
it's
ever.
awesome.
You can decorate a room and shoot a picture of a room and tell them the budget. And
it's amazing. The younger people on my staff are showing me the way, and I've taken a few classes, but we just use it the tip of the iceberg. I know.
Right.
But it's fun. It's amazing what it can do.
And I had to do a bio or do something, and it was like, usually it would take me days.
Yeah.
I put it in 10 minutes. It's like, oh my God, that's great.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And I even sound better.
I'm so smart, everyone. Did she take a writing class? No. I did not.
Which is great. Because I've done a couple books, and when I wrote those, and then you have your editor that goes through and does that. And then it's like, oh, they make you sound good. But that still takes days or months to get that back. And then the AI, you just, wow,
it's amazing.
That's awesome stuff.
So anyone that's listening, I think that we all should look at the AI.
Definitely.
I think that it might be one of those things that we could get left behind if we don't start utilizing it.
Oh, yeah.
I've heard that quite a bit. It's like, if you're not going to be using it or you're going to be left behind.
Yeah.
So you need to get on board. And again, I'm not the best IT person, but I do have a lot of staff that are younger than me and that can do, because I'm still, with my phone or problem. I'll talk to my kids. Can you fix this?
I talk to my
Yeah.
my 13-year-old grandkid. I'm like, fix this, do that.
That's
And it's
amazing.
not
Their
that-
brains are wired differently.
Yeah, for sure.
but they can do it so much faster.
Exactly.
I can do it and I'll get to it, but it's going to take me
a
time
little
and
slower.
frustration
Yeah.
that I'm like,
oh, yeah.
Yeah.
where they're going, dee, 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 dee. Oh, thanks, Graham.
You're utilizing your time wisely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I call that.
Yeah, for sure.
Yes, AI is great, but it's scary to start using it.
It is scary. And one thing that I have learned is sometimes it doesn't give you quite the correct information.
It's just
so you have to be
pulling from
very,
Google.
very
Yeah.
careful.
You can't just copy and
No.
paste.
And it just gives
Absolutely.
you what you feed it.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's
Yes.
a big piece. So,
So-
if it's only been fed this,
Yeah, you have to
That's
tweak,
what it's going to
tweak
do.
and
So-
verify.
but my son uses it a lot. He works for EA, the gaming
Uh-huh.
company, and
Oh, fun.
yeah, so
fun
he
that's
does
job.
awesome
all the
job.
digital arts and
Oh,
doing. And he
wow.
said that AI now is creating such amazing images. He
Yeah.
said he said it's really in the next 5 years you're going to see so much stuff that's just, and it's like they'll use your nose and your
Yes.
ears and they'll create
Uh-huh.
these
Wow.
images that are just.
We kind of tested that for fair a little bit to use for social media posts, but it was funny or not funny. One of the photos that it generated, the person had too many fingers.
That is funny.
You have to be very careful to look at everything. Small problem.
Is that a dog fit on me?
Oh gosh.
But they can, and it can
Yeah.
it's just,
yeah.
and very realistic.
Oh,
It's
so
like,
realistic.
wow, that's-
Except for 10 fingers or 20 fingers. Sorry.
That's pretty funny. I love that. Those are great. I think that it just goes to show that there's always something new that we can learn,
Always. We always have to be learning.
that we have to keep growing.
Yep.
We have to grow. We have to learn. That was one of the reasons for me to move. It was like, there's some restaurants that have been forever, and yet they can get a little old, a little
Yeah. You need
a
to
little
evolve.
complacent,
Yeah.
you know, and it's not refreshed. It's not,
Yeah.
you know, it's like, oh, well, all these other new restaurants are doing well.
Mhm.
And it's like, because there's something that's drawing them in. And so having a refreshed location, a brand new, gorgeous doors, everything that
Mhm.
opens up, it's like, this was the jump that I needed to go another 15 years.
Yeah.
And then, you know, kind
And
of
it's
refresh again.
invigorating.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's invigorating for me, but the staff, but for also Salem. It's the same Gamberettis. You're going to go get the Milano that you've always had.
And the
But
tiramisu.
yet, the
Yeah,
tiramisu.
yum. And the lemon drop. Oh, I had that. It was delicious.
Those aren't going away, but yet you just have a new look and
Yeah.
a new feel. And it's like, I like this. You know, it's a new dress. We're
Yeah.
putting on something.
It's always fun to have a new dress.
You know,
Right?
and as we age, it's like, oh,
Yeah.
I definitely need
I
something.
need this.
I needed that refresh. Well, I'm going to take it back to your childhood. What was your favorite food as a child that you still eat today?
I'm really weird. I mean, I grew up eating really weird food compared to others. We didn't eat a lot of meat. We ate a lot of seafood. My mom and dad were kind of hippie-ish. They grew a lot of vegetables. So probably my favorite is steamer clams. And I still love steamer clams.
You liked that as a child?
Yes.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah, we
I
loved
love
them.
that.
My sister and I.
I
Yeah.
love that. And that was one of my son's favorite when he was old enough to kind of do, 2-3 years old. We'd go to restaurants and he'd order steamer clams and they'd look at me like, are you sure? And I'm like, yes.
Yeah.
And he, to this day, still loves.
Yeah.
Yeah. He
Yum.
had clams young.
Yeah, that sounds good.
I wasn't a foodie. I did not like food. I had like spaghetti with buttered noodles, and Mom made a great big, pasta sauce and the gravy from the Italian neighbor. And I didn't, pizza and burgers were, and I do have a pizza and burger restaurant. I still love that. But yeah, I wasn't a foodie until college.
Then what brought you to that?
My roommates, they were kind of, they were really, really smart. And I was the girl that wanted to go party and, worked at the restaurant and never came home. And, I'd get up and they'd
she lied.
push me to school, to college. But they were biochemistry majors and they were incredible. But Thursdays, they said, could you stay home? We're going to do dinner every Thursday night with the girls. And I'm like, okay, I'll not make plans for Thursday.
I'll give you one day.
One night. Well, and that was a lot to me. It was like, I could be doing this. But we stayed in and we cooked. And they cooked meals from their family, different things that were really good to them, kind of made them
like
feel
comfort
good.
food.
Yeah.
Whether it was comfort food or a meal that they always had every Sunday or whatever
So it made them feel like
but
home.
and I did it with them and I was cooking and I learned how engaging engaging cooking was and how much you talked and you got to know. You talked about when you learned how to make it. There was just so much social about it that I went, I like this part. And whether I liked the food or not, I really liked cooking with them and doing. And then it was like, oh, these meals are really, really fun. There's different foods, different ethnics, different things. Because Marty was from New York and Julie was from California. And so there was a very diverse meals that we would have and do. And it was like, okay, I like this. And then I was working at a Mexican restaurant at the time, El Torito. And they would bring in the servers and stuff. Their families would be making, tamales and stuff, not from the restaurant, but from
the real ones.
The real ones. And I was like,
oh, yeah.
Just really opened my eyes. And I went, I like food. I like restaurants. So that's kind of where I got the bug. And it was like, okay.
I miss your cooking show. That really helped me to get through COVID.
It helped me too.
Yeah,
that
I really
was
loved it.
Really how I could get, because again, that's what I learned is that cooking is social. It's very, you share. You develop. And it was like when COVID, and I couldn't have anybody in the restaurants. I couldn't talk. I couldn't do this. It's like, I got to do something. What am I going to do? And so it was like, okay, I'm going to do these cooking
Yeah, that was
videos.
awesome. So thank you.
It was great. Those were fun. And I think it's particularly hard for my personality and probably both your personalities to not be around people.
Absolutely.
That fills my cup.
Yeah.
That's my love language. I need to be around people. So that was tough.
It helped.
That was,
Yeah, it was hard.
It was tough
so hard
not to see people smile.
Right.
I know.
Yeah.
But I could feel the feedback because everybody, when they post, thank you. And I'm going to try this, or I did it last night. My husband loved it.
Yes.
And it was just, that helped. All that feedback came back and I was like, oh, good.
Oh, yeah.
Because I'd look at it and go, oh, you're kind of fat. Oh, look at that. Oh, you didn't do that.
Whatever.
Right.
No.
But you got past that. And you're like, no, it's not about that. It's about cooking in my kitchen and being there. And so we'll do some more, but what I'm wanting to do is some now with my grandkids.
Oh, that would be,
that'd
and
be really
especially
fun.
with the younger ones, I feel that are very involved in cooking.
Well, my granddaughter's 13 now, so it's the perfect age, and she loves being in the kitchen. And then Tucker just turned 9, so it would be fun.
That's perfect.
And it's challenging for me because I'm very particular about who's in my kitchen and just kind of get out of my way. So it's a new, it helps me. It's like, okay, you got to learn how to do this and how to share and how to show.
Fun. And there is something about the kitchen. That's why I named this podcast At the Kitchen Table. When you go to someone's house, you end up in the kitchen.
Yes.
Yep.
That's the spot.
Yeah. Even when I was growing up, I love this concept because when I was growing up, all the ladies would go into the kitchen. We would all go into the kitchen when we were a child and just kind of talk and chat with my grandma and my mom and my aunt. And so, it's a fun thing.
You taste, you sample, you share.
You share about your week, you share memories, and it's just really a place of love. And it completes the whole heart for me with the food part.
Yes,
for sure.
It is. And that's the part that I love and have been about. It's like, my passion is food, and it just heals.
It shows.
It was a couple weeks ago, Blaze, my son, called and said, Mom, his best friend's mother just passed. And it was sudden and they didn't know. And he goes, Mom, I need you to take him food. Because he knows that's how we nourish our heart. And I just said, absolutely. Okay, tell me where, when, and I'll make this all happen, because he was out of state. But that just meant I've taught them the right way. You know, it is. Food is nurturing, it's heart, it's soul.
Yeah, for sure.
And you know when people put care and love into it.
Absolutely.
It's a big difference. Big difference.
But it can be, you know.
It can be
you
simple.
can go by it. You can go simple. You know, the only thing I try to stay away from is the processed foods.
Yes.
Yeah, that's rough.
Yeah. Well, because it's so cheap and easy. You know, I get it when you've got a family and you're working these hours and you're doing all of the things that everybody has to juggle. It's, you know, my kids all do it. And I'm like, I get it. But you know, that fresh market, all that produce that Mom was growing in those gardens.
That's right.
You aren't who you are off of processed foods. there just has to be a balance, I think. That we just go. And I'm sure both of you remember bringing kids and playing taxi. There's not a whole lot of time to make a healthy meal.
A healthy meal. Yeah. And that's kind of where, you know, that's one of the things with COVID too. It's like, I'll show you how to do something in a half an hour. You know, let's keep it simple and show you that it can be a joy.
Yeah.
It's my stress relief. You know, it's either cooking or cleaning. You know, it's like when I'm angry.
Angry
cleaning. Angry cleaning is awesome. Get a lot done.
You're so efficient when you angry clean. Talk about elbow grease.
Yeah.
It's okay. This is a good place for me to release this.
Oh my gosh. I love what both of you are doing in the community. What is a hidden secret of Salem? It could be a store, or it could even be a product that you think some people should know about.
Wow. Well, I love Home Goods. I hate to say it. Everyone knows about Home Goods. That is my guilty pleasure. I love to shop there. I really love to shop there. Too much.
You know, I've never been in there.
What?
Oh,
you
it's
have to
too
go.
fun.
It is?
Let's go. Next time I'll call you. You can go with me. Oh, yeah. It's fun. You can find some really amazing things there.
How would you describe it for people that haven't been in there?
It's really eclectic. Like everything from kitchen gadgets to furniture, pillows. I buy a lot of pillows there.
It's a great place to find a gift.
Oh, really?
Oh, really?
Yes.
Okay. That's good to know.
Unique items.
Oh, it could be a good place for auction baskets.
Oh,
when
yeah.
I'm creative.
Absolutely.
For
It's
sure.
got great little things to kind
Just
of
fill
put
it
in
up.
it
And the
fill it
vessels.
up.
Unique vessels.
Yes,
to,
it's got
you know,
lots
put them
of
in there.
baskets. And
Now I'm going to have to go.
You have to.
but it changes fast. So
It does.
If you
You
see
could go
something
every
you
day
like,
and
buy
see
it.
something
It's
new.
kind of like Costco. It's
Yes.
going to go away. So
So I like to support local, but that's probably my guilty pleasure.
I usually like our little bakeries. You know, I
Yeah.
try to support the
Manna.
little places like
I
that.
love Manna.
Yeah.
That is I was just trying to think about who told me about a bakery. And Judy here, Dick with Nell's assistant, she said that somebody brought croissants from Manna.
It's delicious.
Have you been there?
I have. And that's, you know, when I can, anything that I can do local, I try to find the little stores or little, you know.
I'm going to Manna on the way into work today. I'm going to buy stuff.
Hopefully they're not sold out.
And what a great thing.
Yeah,
And well,
that's
there's
awesome.
just one left.
Sell out.
Yes,
for
it's
them.
mine.
Yeah, we love when you can sell something out. You can do.
It's a
And
good
I'm
thing.
always looking for like little jewelry vendors,
Mhm.
different
Saturday
things.
market is so fun.
Yes.
During the summer.
So anybody watching or listening, go down to Saturday Market.
Yeah. Saturday
They have
market.
great flowers,
Awesome. Yeah.
produce. It just feels good to be down there. There's a good vibe.
Yeah. You can bring your dog.
You're outside.
And then I love all of our little local wineries and going around. And
Oh, I know another. Let me give a shout out to GA Home. GA Home is a hidden treasure for our community.
And where is that located?
It's off of Gaffin Road, I want to say.
yes.
Yes. It has the best unique gifts
Oh,
Yes. And clothes too.
yes. Somebody
Mhm.
bought me the Marion Berries crew neck.
Yes.
She has. Can't wait
They
until
do
those.
support Mary
Yes.
Berries. So yeah, I love that store.
Yes.
If you can get out there, definitely go check it out. They have gardening, tons of different plants, gifts, clothes.
Have you been out there, Treva?
I have, because I drive by it quite frequently.
Mhm.
Oh,
so.
and didn't they have a pop up at the fairgrounds?
Yes, and they will this year too. So we're
Yes.
excited to have them back. They did very well.
They had
It was
some
kind
cute
of a
stuff in
test
there.
thing, it's a little different than the typical vendors that we had, and they did very well. It was fun to have them.
Nice. Well, I definitely will be going to that bakery and that store.
Great.
So I usually end the podcast with this question. Well, a couple questions. What keeps you up at night?
I'm up most nights. I worry a lot.
And what are you worrying
I worry about the fairgrounds. I wish I didn't, but I do.
about? And what part of the fairground? Are you is it just a cycle of money events?
It's a lot. It's a lot. And I worry about my staff. I task them with a lot. And they do an amazing job, but it is challenging. So
There's a lot of moving pieces.
A lot of moving pieces.
And there's a lot of balls that you can drop.
Yes.
Just coming
and
from
if we forget
events.
one thing, I always say to my staff, if you forget something, it's not the end of the world. We can pivot, we can fix it for the most part. But we really try and be prepared. We plan all year long for these signature events. And then on top of that, we have, we're a rental facility. So it's a lot. So I worry about that. I wish I didn't, but I do.
Well, congrats on the job that you're doing. And
Thank
you
you.
just won. I'm sorry I couldn't be there.
That's all right.
I was at the Believe in Your Community, the Shop with the Cop golf tournament.
Oh, awesome. Yeah,
but
it's good.
your Fairgrounds and Expo received Salem Chamber's Nonprofit of the Year.
Yes, we did. So that was an honor. And
That's,
Yeah.
and
So
well
well done.
deserved.
Yeah, thank you very
you have
much.
been doing it for,
I've been there 15 years.
and you still worry.
I
you know,
worry.
you
I
think
treat
that
it
you-
as though it's my own business. And my staff is like my family. So
Well, I think they feel it.
yeah.
I think that the people in the community that know you, and I hope anyone that's listening or watching, they can feel that too.
thank you. Thank you for having us.
Yeah. And what keeps you up at night?
You know what? I sleep really well.
Good. I need to learn.
And
from you.
how do you do that?
And when I don't, it's like, oh my God, what was that all about? I don't like that. If it is, it's usually something something new, an event that I'm trying to put the ducks in the row. So my head won't turn off. And so I'll usually try to get up, go write it down so
Yeah,
that
that
I'm
helps.
thinking about what I'm doing. Because if I'm just laying there, it's like, okay, well, my body's resting.
Mhm.
But my head's not. I really like my 8 hours of sleep. I need to do something about this. So I'll go to the office, and I've got a beautiful office in the house. And so I'll go in there and do a little work, and it will kind of shut the noise down. And then I'll go back and go back
So
to
you
sleep.
probably had a lot of note taking with this move.
I did. There was a lot going on and I couldn't tell anybody. So I had an NDA. So there was, nobody knew until we just went blah.
Mhm.
And so I couldn't do my normal back and forth with, friends, what I'm doing. What do you think? Do you think this is the right move? Give me your thoughts. So that was a different way of going about it. So it was with just a few people that I asked, can I talk to this person? Can I do that? And it was Pioneer Bank, my lawyer, which also gave me really, really good advice. But I miss not being able to talk to the girls and say, hey, I'm excited. What do you think? And to feel their excitement.
Yes. And because it pumps you up when people are excited.
Because my
about
husband
it.
is the one that is no risk. Really? Are you sure about this? I don't know. And so he doesn't give me that whole big sense of confidence. And it's like, yeah, I'm going to do it. He's just like, yeah, I knew that was coming.
No surprise on that face. What is something or a dish that if people are going to Gamberetti's, you need to try this, or top 2 or 3 things?
That one's a hard one. And last night I was in the restaurant, and there was a lot of people that asked me that same thing. And it's like every dish is done and done well, and we perfect it because it's my name's on it. So I don't want it to go out if it's not great. So it really depends on what you're looking for. Is it the comfort food? The popular ones are the Milano and the Polo Gorgonzola.
I love that one.
I love that one too.
I'm
Gorgonzola.
spicy. So I love the Soprano, the Cioppino, and then I like the Puttanesca and just add the extra chili flakes. And that's kind of where I go.
Ooh,
so it
That
just
sounds good.
That
yeah,
sounds
I
good.
like that salt and the heat with the Kalamata olives, the feta cheese, and it just gives me the bites that I really enjoy. So
Are the lunch and dinner menus the same?
no. Well, we serve the dinner menu all day.
Okay.
So from 11 to 10, you can get your favorites. But then we do serve a lighter lunch menu. So because sometimes, that big pasta bowl, you're going to eat that at noon. You're going to go nap at 1. And when you've got a big day, it's like not. So it's a smaller version, some different options, and some more salads. We now have some more sandwiches. We've got burgers. There's steaks on the menu now. We brought the filet and the ribeye over from the Markham Inn, and the meats that we get there are amazing. So there's some really good options.
Yeah.
Might be my new go-to place, I think.
I think it's a lot of people's new go-to.
Yeah,
so.
we went there for appetizers because we were kind of in a weird time with some girlfriends and my daughter and my future daughter-in-law. And we had a great time. We had some cocktails and some appetizers, and it was all delicious. So.
It's just fun.
It was
you
fun.
can go for the big meal or a light or the appetizer, the happy hour, or just go for a nice glass of wine. And, I'll do a salad. It's, that's kind of my light go-to. It's like, okay, it's summer and it's hot. And, I do their prawns wrapped with prosciutto.
Oh,
and
yeah.
then done on a Caesar salad.
Oh, that's good.
That
and then with a
sounds
nice
good.
glass of Prosecco. It's
Oh,
like,
yeah.
okay.
I must be getting hungry.
We didn't eat breakfast. No.
I just want to say thank you both again. You're both amazing leaders. You're great people. You can see how much you love your jobs. And I'm just super excited for listeners and viewers to get to know you a little bit better on a social level.
Well,
So
thank
thanks
you for
for having
doing
us.
this. This
Yes.
is so fun. I mean,
It's really fun.
just getting out there, doing that. What a great idea. I love, like you said, the kitchen table.
Yeah.
We get to sit around
And share.
And chat. Yeah.
And chat and hype each other up.
Yep.
And get
That's what
excited
we need
about
to
the
do.
Fairgrounds and the Holman and
Yeah.
what you're doing.
what Salem's doing. Salem,
Yes.
sometimes
Salem's alive. Salem.
it really is. And
Yep.
sometimes we forget about that. And it's
Yeah.
like, what are all the events? What's going on? We're doing
Yeah.
really cool things.
Well, I just
And
saw that HGTV ranked us as one of the top 10 cities.
Isn't that?
That's amazing.
Yes. So, remember to ask yourselves what's going well, because there is a lot of stuff going well.
There is.
And we need to
so
remember
many,
that.
even around the communities. And I think the peonies are going out now, but,
Yes.
the tulips and the peonies.
So
and,
many fun
and the
festivals.
irises. And,
Yeah.
we just live in a beautiful little valley.
Yeah, we do.
And it's nice to sit around and remind ourselves what's going well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks, Soraida.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank
Thank you for being here. And thank you for everyone for watching. Big shout out and a big thank you to Valor Mentoring that recorded the video and audio for this podcast, Changing Lives That Change Lives. And thank you to Remodeling by Classic Homes for sponsoring this podcast. Thank you so much for joining us at the kitchen table with Soraida and friends. Please follow us on social media. You can find this podcast on Apple, Spotify, and wherever you listen to your podcasts.